Hey, good morning, guys. Welcome to these helpful videos scenarios again. And my name is Nathan. I'm from the management team and training officer. So today I thought I'd talk about a very important topic, which is how do we keep you guys safe while you're at work? Well, there's a very lot of things we can do around this topic. One is we tell you how to protect yourselves and follow all the workplace practices around safety and well-being, and we obviously make sure that the clients know who you are and all about who you are before you enter the work, before you enter their space. Now, it's very important as support staff you understand the following parts of your conditions and terms. Your conditions are you are there to work, you're not there to sit on down for your shift. You need to be working with the participant to meet their needs and their goals. And this is an actual expectation of what Oz New Home Care expects from you to be able to do your job. Now, the other part of the element really here is we want you to able to understand your client's needs and meet them in the middle. Now, we do this in a various range of style and emotions. For example, we get you to trial working with them to see if you can work. We try to boost your confidence when you're with your participant by saying, well, what are you learning about them? But the most important part of keeping safe is to make sure that you're aware of what your client's behavior is. And this can be demonstrated by the fact that there is a lot of evidence that we present to you before the client, when you're meeting the client, as well as when you are working with the client. It's very important as staff of Oz New Home Care we follow the safe guidelines as well of our organisation, which means if there is a risk of harm to you or to anybody else, you report this, and you need to understand how our reporting system works. So usually we get you to do an incident report if there is an incident. They're one of the categories of able to notify us of what's going on. The other is their case notes. In the case notes, you should be recording everything about your participant, what they're doing, how they're going. Did they do this successfully? Did they show any aggression? Now, if they're showing aggression, you need to back off of it. This could indicate that they're in crisis and we need to exclude putting pressure back on to allow enough time to relax and calm down. But as a support worker, you need to understand how to do this. Earlier on in my videos, I was telling you how to back off them. So you kind of back off the same way you do everything else. And remember, we need you to be safe, so we need you to also know where the nearest exit is. Because you may need to actually get out of the building if there is an imminent risk. But remember, imminent doesn't mean you dissuade because your client doesn't like how you're talking to them. You need to understand that they have the rights as well to be spoken with in a calmly professional manner. Oz New Home Care is growing, and we are doing our best to also shelter the growth and to promote the growth. But we need you to do your bit as well as a staff member, making sure that you are doing your job safely, professionally, and above all, courtesy. Courtesy goes to our clients because they need us to be able to function. They need us to be able to do their daily to-day chores. They may need you to shower them. They may need you to do a lot of things. And one of the things I keep talking about, I'm going to be talking about, is the safety around doing it, especially with shaving and looking after your participant. We need you to use manual shavers, electric shavers from here on in, as manuals keep cutting keep cutting the participants' skin, and this is not really good for us as a company because we don't want to have any nicks on our participants' skin. So remember, safety is paramount to everything we do as a staff member and and we need to keep our participants safe from any risk of harm, cuts, nicks, abrasions, bruises. So, when we are doing things with our participant, we need to also monitor their skin because this is going to tell us what they're actually doing or if we're doing our job safely. The idea of a notion of you could put a participant at risk, this is actually true. And a lot of it goes to at the risk of our participant. And we need to make sure that we, as a provider and you as a staff member, do not put them at risk. We also need to make sure that we keep them safe to the best of our ability. Duty of care and dignity of risk are two conflicting pieces of thing. So duty of care means we can only protect them from cerebral harm. We can't protect them from every risk of harm there is there. This is not realistic and it's not a good expectation. But we have to allow them to take some risk. Remember, dignity means we do a risk assessment to see if the participant is going to be able to do it or learn an event from it. If there is no way the participant can learn from it or get an excitement from it, but other than a risk of harm, we should not be allowing them to take these risks. However, under the NDIS legislation Act, we cannot participate or undertake any restricted practices. So we need to stay within the laws and boundaries of the NDIS codes of conduct as well. I suggest every support worker be aware of their code of conduct because this is actually one of the ways we can actually also assist you. If you have problems understanding the code of conduct, you can ask Abdi for a breakdown of them. Remember, there is two sets of code of conducts when we go to work. One is the organizations, one is the NDIS. We need to follow both and we need to stay within all the boundaries and all the restrictions that we have to protect us. As a staff member, if you put yourself at risk, we can't allow this. So we have to step in. For a very good, clear point of view of the guideline, here's a scenario that you can take that will actually work with you. Imagine you're working with a wheelchair user and they're going at a maximum of 10 k's per hour. You wear open footwear. What will happen to your toes? What would happen to the way you feel? But imagine what the participant is also feeling. It is irrelevant to remember our participants have their way of feeling too. They don't enjoy getting hurt, but they don't enjoy hurting people either. It's not something intentional on the participant's half. Maybe the fact that you just didn't get your foot out of the way. Adults new home care are also in the disability sector, in the hospital sectors. It's never okay to wear open footwear. Has been banned under the practices, and you must not do this, as this could actually injure your feet and make you more susceptible to injuries. It is your feet, your protection. You must follow safe guide so we can protect you. If you put your own feet at risk, we cannot protect you because they are your feet. We also have the fact that we also have the resumption of the client knows best model. This is a good model by the way, for them to have because it's putting the control and right back in the participants' hands. But as staff members, we need you to tell us exactly what is going on because we can often not find out as we're in office. We're no longer in offices, we're in houses or hubs. Next year, Boundary House will be the training house, and it will operate. We are going to be offering our staff the right to do their certificate rainfall with us for a good price. They will be getting released next year. I'm currently working with my IT Abdi and the relevant stakeholders on how much this will cost us. Because remember, we don't want it to be so high that it excludes people from entering this work, but we want to make sure that we do well sufficient and above all safe. My goal over this Christmas period is to keep everybody safe, keep you going, and keep everything going over the Christmas period. I can't do this alone, and neither can Abdi. We have been working around the clock, both managers, state and the national manager, to try to help promote things. But we have been flogged in complaints going to Fair Work Australia. We have been working non-stop on all of our policies and procedures, but we cannot do it alone. If you have a genuine complaint, please send it to our Nathan.door at Oz New Home Care, and I will undoubtedly help you out with this scenario, or I can refer it off to Abdi to get his advice on this as well. We need to start remembering the organisation is going to be closing down for the 2 weeks coming very soon for Christmas. And as we get through this period, we have less staff on the floor and managers available. Team will be on holidays, and we have our Christmas party here at Boundary House on the 18th of December. So please remember, staff, keep yourselves safe, keep your clients safe, and remember, if you need help, please ask for it. We cannot read your minds. We can't do any of that. We need you to be able to negotiate and do your job safely. Till next time, thank you.